These last 23 months of genocide, local Palestinian advocates have faced anti-Palestinian racism from institutions in our community. For example, the Rotary Club of Port Elgin and Mayor Luc Charbonneau refused to allow a Palestine float in last year's Santa Claus parade themed Christmas Around the World. And last November, the board of this venue, the Harmony Center, voted to ban a local Palestine Solidarity group from renting this venue for documentary screenings about Palestine. Based on your experience standing up against racism towards Indigenous people on Turtle Island, what advice do you have for us as we confront anti-Palestinian racism in our communities?
Am I being walked in here to a political battle? Yeah. Listen, my issue here, what? A human battle. My issue is that you can never, if the rule of law is not upheld, that all kinds of crimes become possible. I think what Gaza opened up, it opened the door to the monsters and the failure of the West to speak up, because we look to the Western Allies. I mean, the West talks about the international rules-based order, right? And I'm going to tell you a story before I get to this. I was at the European Security Council meetings in Dublin, and I was meeting with the Ukrainian delegation. And the Ukrainian delegation took me aside and they said, we were completely screwed over by the Americans because they refused to call out what was happening in Gaza. And Putin was telling the rest of the world, look, there's a double standard. They don't care. So the Ukrainians said to me, how are we going to get support for the crimes that were happening in our country when our supposed allies were not willing to speak up about what was happening in Gaza? So this is the failure of world leaders. I mean, we finally have Canada saying they're considering dealing with this. You know, we're seeing mass starvation and genocide in real time. So it falls to you. It falls to ordinary people to step up. This is what has to happen. This is not about being anti-Semitic. For me, this is not being pro-Palestinian. This is about the rule of law. And if nobody is going to stand up for the rule of law, then it falls to you to stand up. This is what you have to do. You have to say that we stand up and insist that the International Criminal Court is able to do their job. We insist that the starvation stops. We have to do that. That's our moral imperative. So there.